I was on a call with one of my students, and he told me that at the end of the day, he's too tired to read a book. Do you feel the same way? Like maybe at the end of the day, you're too tired to open a book and read? That's totally fine. But don't think that you need to have 1 hour to sit down and read a book. You can only read for 10 minutes, because maybe when you think of reading, you think of, I have to sit down, open a book, start reading, and read for at least, 30 minutes, at least 1 hour, at least 2 hours. No, you can read for 5 minutes if you want. And I invite you to never skip those 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, every day, to read a couple of pages. Even a couple of pages, even one page. Because this is how, to me, reading books is an essential part of life. If you want to improve a skill, if you want to learn more about a subject, books are essential. You cannot learn a lot from a social media post. A social media post can give you inspiration. It can give you, maybe it can get you curious about a subject, but you can't learn from a social media post. Come on, it's only, it's a short text. You can only get inspired, right? You cannot learn a lot from an Instagram reel or from a TikTok video. Again, that can inspire you, that can get you motivated. Oh wow, I want to learn more about this. But then you should consume long form content like books, where you can get, deeper. You can learn, you can get more details. And reading books is like, it's amazing. First of all, because a lot of successful people have written books. So if you want to start a new business, for example, you pick a book written by a businesswoman or a businessman, a successful business person who's sharing that knowledge with us in the book. That's what I did when I read Anything You Want. If you want to read about, I'm curious about nutrition. I've always been curious about nutrition. And I read a book about brain food. So what food is good for your brain? Do you know? I didn't know. I read a book. I've actually got it here. Brain Food, this one, by a doctor, an Italian doctor. Very accessible, very written for people who know nothing about nutrition, and I don't know a lot about medical stuff like this. And I learned what food is good for my brain, so I can eat more of that food. And this is how you improve. Do you think you will improve by sitting down on a couch and watching television all night? I don't think you will improve. But you might say, well, I'm tired at the end of the day. I'm tired. I don't work from home like you, Fabio. I'm tired. I commute. I need 2 hours to get to work. I've got kids around. I need to prepare. Fine, okay. But 10 minutes, even 5 minutes a day to read a couple of pages, it will make the difference. You don't need big slots of time. You don't need 2 hours. Only 5 minutes. Just if you're surrounded by people in your house, go to the toilet, sit down, read a book for 5 minutes, and then get out. This is what I would do. Honestly. And I would never skip those 5 minutes. Again, I read I don't read a lot. I'm not this huge reader who, I read 200 books a year. No. I only read minimum 30 minutes a day. Minimum. That's the minimum. And I know exactly when I'm going to read those 30 minutes. When I'm going to read for 30 minutes at the beginning of the day. I start my day with a 30-minute reading session. That's all. Then I know that I've done my job for the rest of the day. I work, I do my stuff, and if I have time at the end of the day, if I feel like it, I might read again for 30 minutes or 1 hour. But 30 minutes in the morning, to me, essential. I can't skip that. I hope you will find like a sort of reading schedule that works for you. Okay, you get into this reading habit. And again, you don't need a lot of time. You need only 5 minutes a day to read. And read what you would like to know more about, what you would like to improve. You want to improve your language skills? Read books written by polyglots. I'm sure you will find one. How to learn a language, something like this. I'm actually writing a book about this, how I learned English. That's something you could read in the future. Or if you want to, I wanted to learn about cats once because I've got a cat, and I read this book, Cat Sense. Terrible book. I don't recommend it. It's too scientific. I can't remember anything. I don't understand. Like, I didn't understand anything. I don't know why I read it, but this is the philosophy behind it. Like, what do you want to learn? Okay, I want to learn about the history of my country. Well, go read and find a book and go read one of those. You will. It's to me, it's the number one self-improvement activity that you could do. It's cheap, very cheap. Books are very cheap these days. Kindle ebooks are like €5 for a book, €10 maximum. You can afford that, I think. So I hope you will do it, and I hope that this video, this message, will help you get more into the habit. Get into the habit of reading consistently for at least, 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day. You won't regret it. I'm sure that no one in history has ever said, "Oh, I shouldn't have read so many books." No one has ever said that, I'm sure. If you found someone who said that, who thinks that in their lives they've read too much, well, tell me, because it will be very surprising to me. I hope this helps you. Bye-bye.